Before 2026 arrives, fix this Feng Shui money mistake in your home. The invisible deadline. Before 2026 arrives, there is one silent Feng Shui money mistake millions of people are living with every single day, and most of them will never realize it was the reason money felt unstable, inconsistent, or hard to keep. Not because they didn't work hard, not because they didn't try to improve their mindset, but because their environment was quietly training their nervous system to expect loss, delay, and scarcity. Ancient Feng Shui masters like Guo Pu understood something modern psychology would only confirm centuries later. Your environment shapes your emotional regulation. Your emotional regulation shapes your financial decisions. And right now, many homes are unintentionally wired for financial leakage. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to fix, why it works, and how to activate it properly, not as superstition, but as a realignment of focus, resilience, and money behavior. Part 1. Why money problems rarely start with money. Most people believe financial issues start with income, but psychology tells a different story. From a cognitive behavioral perspective, money outcomes are influenced by emotional safety, perceived control, long-term focus, stress regulation, decision fatigue. And here's the key insight Feng Shui already knew. Your home constantly communicates signals to your subconscious. Clutter, imbalance, blocked airflow, unused objects, these are not neutral. They quietly teach the mind, resources don't stay, energy gets stuck, effort doesn't circulate. Yang Yun Song emphasized that qi must move gently and consistently, not aggressively, not chaotically. Modern psychology calls this cognitive coherence. When your environment lacks coherence, your mind compensates with tension. And tension always costs money through poor decisions, impulsive spending, procrastination, or burnout. Part 2. The money mistake most homes are making. Here is the mistake. Your home is holding stagnant zones connected to rest, storage, or routine, without activation or circulation. This usually appears as overloaded bedrooms, blocked underbed spaces, cluttered corners, unused objects kept just in case, symbolic items with no intention or use. From a Feng Shui perspective, stagnant qi equals delayed outcomes. From a psychological perspective, it equals learned helplessness. The mind learns things stay as they are. Effort doesn't change much. That belief, even unconscious, destroys a prosperous mindset. Money does not grow in environments that train the brain for stagnation. Part 3. Why timing matters before 2026. Why does timing matter? Because cycles matter, both in Feng Shui and psychology. Guo Pu wrote about alignment with cycles, not forcing outcomes. Modern neuroscience agrees. The brain adapts to patterns over time. If your environment has trained your nervous system for clutter, inconsistency, blocked flow, or unfinished spaces, then your financial habits will reflect that pattern. Fixing this before 2026 isn't about fear. It's about ending a cycle instead of carrying it forward. A prosperous mindset is not built overnight. It is trained, slowly, repeatedly, gently. Part 4. The role of focus and emotional intelligence. One of the most underestimated money skills is focus. Not motivation, not ambition, focus. Cluttered environments fracture attention. Fractured attention leads to unfinished goals, scattered income streams, inconsistent discipline. Yang Yun Song emphasized clarity over force. Cognitive behavioral therapy teaches the same principle. The mind cannot sustain progress in chaotic conditions. When your home lacks clarity, your emotions become reactive. When emotions are reactive, money decisions become short-term. Prosperity requires emotional intelligence, patience, regulation, delayed gratification, self-trust. And all of these are reinforced or weakened by your environment. Part 5. Why good luck objects don't work alone. This is where many people get confused. They buy symbols, they place objects, they copy rituals, but nothing changes. Why? Because without activation, objects are just decoration. In Feng Shui, activation means intentional alignment. In psychology, it means conscious meaning assignment. An object without meaning trains the brain for passivity. You're not asking your environment to support you. You're asking it to magically fix things for you. That never works. Part 6. The Activation Principle. Activation is not mystical, it is deliberate. It includes awareness, intention, emotional presence, consistency. A simple activation moment teaches the brain, I am in control of my space. My space supports my goals. This builds resilience. Resilience is not toughness, it is emotional recovery speed. Homes that support resilience allow air circulation, reduce visual noise, create rest without stagnation, create focus without pressure. This is where Feng Shui and CBT meet. Part 7. The correct mental reframe for money flow. Money flow is not chasing, it is allowing. But allowing does not mean neglect. It means removing obstacles, clarifying intention, sustaining focus. A prosperous mindset says, I manage what I allow to stay. That includes objects, habits, beliefs, emotional clutter. When you fix the environment, the mind follows. Part 8. A simple question that changes everything. Ask yourself this: does my home reflect the financial stability I want or the financial stress I tolerate? Not aesthetically, emotionally. Your answer reveals the real money block. Fixing it before 2026 isn't about prediction, it's about preparation. Part 9. Why cleaning and removing broken or unused objects is so important. In Feng Shui, Qi responds to usefulness, integrity, and vitality. Objects that are broken, cracked, chipped, outdated, unused just in case, and emotionally tied to frustration or loss create what classical texts describe as dead or stagnant qi. Guo Pu emphasized that qi gathers where life is supported and disperses where decay dominates. A broken object is not neutral. It constantly communicates interruption, incompletion, and leakage. The psychological side, this is crucial. From a cognitive behavioral perspective, broken or unused objects do something very specific to the mind. They reinforce micro-beliefs such as, things don't last, I tolerate dysfunction, I'll deal with this later, this is good enough. These beliefs operate below awareness, but they directly affect self-worth, decision-making, financial boundaries, tolerance for low-value outcomes. In psychology, this is called environmental priming. Your brain constantly scans your environment to determine what is acceptable here. If broken things stay, the nervous system learns that decay is normal, and money responds very poorly to that signal. Why this affects money specifically? Money energy and money behavior requires continuity, trust, maintenance, respect, flow. Broken or unused items interrupt all five. They represent unfinished cycles, delayed decisions, emotional avoidance. Yang Yun Sung taught that prosperity flows where function is honored. If something no longer serves a function, keeping it signals resistance to movement, and resistance always slows money. Cleaning is not about minimalism, it's about integrity. This is an important distinction. You are not cleaning to be minimal, you are cleaning to restore integrity. Integrity means objects match their purpose, spaces reflect present life, not past problems. Everything you keep has a reason to exist now. When integrity returns to the environment, the mind experiences relief, clarity, and emotional safety. And emotional safety is a non-negotiable foundation for a prosperous mindset. Why cleaning refreshes the space energetically? Cleaning does three things at once. Physically, it allows air, light, and movement, essential for qi circulation. Emotionally, it releases stored tension linked to memory, obligation, or guilt. Psychologically, it trains the brain to complete cycles instead of postponing them. Completion is deeply linked to confidence, focus, follow-through, and financial consistency. That's why people often feel lighter and strangely more motivated after decluttering. Closing. Feng Shui was never about superstition. It was about structure, flow, and emotional harmony. Psychology now confirms what ancient masters observed. Your space trains your mind. Your mind trains your money behavior. Before 2026 arrives, don't carry old patterns forward. Fix the mistake. Activate your space. Restore focus and allow money to grow, not by force, but by alignment.